kick-off. Let's have a look at the Rangers team. And Walter Smith has made 3 changes from that first leg. In comes Petric, Jury, who came on as sub and scored in the first leg, and Charlie Miller. And they're in place of Reid, Ferguson and Laudrup. And Anorthosis, well, just the one change. They bring back their club captain, Andros Panayotou, for Tunas. He'll be wearing number 2 this evening. So Rangers in their traditional blue and white. And Anorthosis tonight will be wearing white jerseys, blue shorts. And just to give you an idea of the difficulty Rangers faced, Anorthosis are unbeaten here at home in 2.5 years. That's about 50 games worth. But certainly watching the Rangers players in training over the past couple of days, there's a determination about them, and they would love to make the kind of start here that they made at Elland Road, which led, of course, to the Champions League run. There's the referee from Hungary, Laszlo Wagner, 40 years of age. He's been on the FIFA list now for 5 years and handled some 25 international matches, and a lieutenant colonel in the Hungarian army. So he'll stand for no nonsense. Away we go in this hugely important match. And Walter Smith again going for the 3-man defence, but with Petric in, it should certainly help, because he's a player used to that type of system. So an early free kick goes Rangers' way, and Gascoigne, who's been getting some boos and cheers from the crowd, he takes this one. Flashed there by Jury, and it runs behind for the goal kick. Well, alongside me is the former captain of Rangers, Terry Butcher.
Yes, it's a real pleasure to be here tonight. It's a great occasion, a great atmosphere. The Rangers players are really looking forward to the game. Talking to them last night, they're on the pitch for about 45 minutes, bouncing the ball around well. The pitch is not too bad. It's quite bumpy in places, but a lot better than people thought. Our commentary position is a lot better than we thought anyway, so we're looking forward to a great game.
That's McLaren getting the touch, and put high into the air by Robertson. And you can hear the reaction of the crowd. The Rangers fans in the background there. Some 1,500 here tonight. And 500 of them servicemen who are based here in Cyprus. Kyriakov, who had such a splendid game in the first leg at Ibrox, the Bulgarian international player with over 50 caps. And a long one forward. And it's Ignatov. And he wins the free kick. Well, Robertson and McLaren making the challenge. And that gets the Cypriot fans going. So these opening minutes obviously vital for Rangers as they guard their 1-goal lead from the first leg. A lot of movement inside the penalty area. Cut by Kyriakov, away by Goff. Good clearance by him. Chased now by young Charlie Miller. He made his European debut in the first leg, and Walter Smith has had the confidence to throw him into this tonight. Well, all the usual rockets and flares before kick-off, but not as intimidating a stadium as that of AEK Athens a year ago. But again, a big job to be done. This is Kyriakov. That's Panayotou, the brother of the goalkeeper, threading a good ball through. This is Gogi, getting away from Goff, and in comes McLaren to block him. This is a man they'll have to watch ever so carefully tonight. We were warned all about him before the first leg, and he certainly showed at Ibrox that he carries a huge threat. Very pacey player. That was Castanas holding off Paisley there. Played through by Todorov. In comes Kyriakov. Panayotou. Swinging the high one. And again, it's Goff there, but it's given away to Shodis. He failed to control it up. Kyriakov. Todorov. Gogi. Shodis. Panayotou calls for it and gets it. There comes Charlie Miller. And a trip by the Rangers player. And he gets a word of warning from the referee as the Cypriot player gets back to his feet. Miller clearly fouling the Anorthosis player. So more pressure for Andy Gorham and his defenders. And this time it's Todorov to take it. It's away beyond everyone, including Andreu, who carries a threat at set pieces, the tall number 3.
And a little bit of respite for the Rangers team there. Good bit of pressure down this right-hand side for Panayotou. He's come into the team, didn't play in the first leg, of course, but it was that long ball. It was a British ball, really, down in between the 3 centre-halves of Rangers. Good cover by Alan McLaren to come across and relieve the danger, but a good start by the Cypriot team. They've pegged Rangers back, and chance for Rangers to get the ball up the other end now.
There's a play with Castana. Faithley getting the touch. Away by Panayi, the sweeper. Andreu gets the touch forward now. And Yakov has lifted away over to the left-hand side. And the Cypriots have the throw. Taken by Andreu. Nice done by Todorov. And another free kick, and this time it's Stephen Wright who's the culprit. The Rangers won't want to give too many free kicks away, which can lead to bookings. At least this one is well away from the penalty area. But again, you can see Anorthosis are in a hurry to get on with things. It swung over Panayotou. Quickly shut down there though by Robertson. This is a Shodis. Kiriakov. McCall digs in. Todorov keeps possession, and Andy Gorham is brought into the game, and what an important player he'll be this evening. So 5 minutes gone, still no scoring here.
You tend to get the collie wobbles when Todorov picks that ball up on that right-hand side and has a basket goal, so he didn't quite connect as well with that one as he did 2 years ago, and a good save by Andy Gorham.
This is Jury. Oh, great play by Miller. Well, the referee is amazingly summing up with the way he runs over to Miller. Certainly Miller cut inside. The referee was well up with the play. And if he thinks Miller took a dive, well, he should have done something about it. But Miller certainly got well inside the defender. The referee ran over to the Rangers player, took a finger at him, and allowed play to go on. And here's Miller again. And this time he gets the free kick. And Stavru was the man who brought him down, and he's given a yellow card. So Charlie Miller looking very much in the mood. And can Rangers do something with this? They'll take a lot of heart from the play by the 19-year-old. Again, it's Gascoigne with the free kick. Goff's well forward. Played out to Gogi. Patrick was there. This is McCall. And again, the ball's out of play, and again it goes Rangers' way. Well, the crowd have gone a bit quiet. Had a lot to shout about in the earlier stages. Here comes McCall again. A switch of play to Robertson. Gascoigne's racing into the box. It's played though through to Jury. And Rangers have the corner kick. Stavru sliding in to concede it. The player who was booked just a moment ago for that foul on Charlie Miller. So Richard Goff moves forward. And Patrick is going up as well. Charlie Miller coming across to take it. And the goalkeeper does well, nipping the ball away from the head of Gordon Petric, who attacks it. This is Kiriakov. And the ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well, Anorthosis on £7,500 per man to win the Champions League. Rangers earn £25,000 a man, which is £5,000 more than they got for beating Leeds 3 years ago. But I'm sure money is the last thing in anyone's mind at the moment. Here comes Todorov, who's challenged by McLaren. Through now to Robertson. This is Gascoigne. Holding up the plays, waiting for support. Plays it through now, looking for Jury. And Jury and Haitley playing up front. And they'll need all the support they can get. In the long one. It's for Haitley. Dennis goes with him. It's Ayi who heads it away, and this is Kiriakov. Challenged by Miller. Still he has it. Good play there by Gogi. This is Shudi. Gogi again. It's a play, but Stephen Wright reads that one easily. Stavru. Stavru, one of the markers. Yotu to Gogi. Comes Kiriakov. Gogi again. Showing good control. And he was challenged there by Robertson. And the Anorthosis player slipped as he tried to get forward. Stavru. Switched by Fodorov. Played off by Gogi. Sean gets a foot in. Hanayi, the sweeper. Switches play now to Andreu. Castana. Officers happy just to knock it about, and you'll certainly not see them throwing themselves forward and take any great risks, because they know that the loss of a goal here tonight will give them a real problem. But here's Kiriakov battling well, forcing his way forward. So that's 10 minutes gone now. Still no scoring. Still Rangers leading by a goal to nil from the first leg. Paisley. Stephen Wright comes in support. Now it's McCall. McLaren. Well, they packed the shot, but that's a bit ambitious from that kind of range. And it's behind for the goal kick.
I think what the Cypriots are doing, in the first game they put Kiriakov, the number 6, onto Gascoigne. He's not employing a man-for-man role at the moment. He's a bit of a freer role in midfield, and as we saw from the Alan McLaren challenge, around Rangers' stunt here, he's the one that's willing to get forward, he's the one that's trying to disengage, and he's the one that's trying to float around. He's a very good player, and if Rangers can shut him down, as they have done quite well, then they've got a chance of securing that midfield.
This is Castanas. Andreu. Kiriakov coming deep for the ball. And a little push now by McLaren, spotted by the referee. And it's quickly taken. This is Todorov. Well, the Rangers defenders claiming he perhaps used an arm there, and the referee is telling him to get up from the ground anyway. And the upshot of that is a throw-in to Anorthosis, which is quickly taken. And again, the Cypriot team have the throw. Panayotou, Andros Panayotou. He's getting over. It's played through by Gascoigne to Jury. Miller, Gascoigne, McCall's there. Played by Gascoigne. Stephen Wright racing through. Here he is. Paisley's in the middle. Jury's on the far side. Played in towards Jury. He climbs well. And that one dips just over the crossbar. And behind for the goal kick.
Once again, good play by Rangers there in that midfield role. They seem to have got a grip of the midfield. Paul Gascoigne released the ball wide, and good overlap by Stephen Wright. A good ball to the far post, and Gordon Jury's strength is on the far post in the air. And Walter Smith must be quite pleased with the way Rangers have adapted. They look comfortable at the back. Gordon Petric is playing on the right-hand side of the three. Richard Goff in a central role. They've been caught out with a couple of long balls, but they've been able to cover each other quite well. So he'd be quite pleased with the way things are going at the moment.
Of course, the Cypriots have to score twice tonight. Quite sure they'd be happy to get one in the 90 minutes and take it to extra time if necessary. So they'll show a certain amount of patience. Paisley challenging. Charlie Miller's in there. Breaks away though to Panayotou. It's Gogi. Beaten by Gascoigne. Now it's McLaren. Petric. Gordon Petric making his European debut for Rangers, who have experience with United and of course on the continent. Former Red Star player. That's Gascoigne. Through to Miller. Good ball to Robertson. Swings it over, but it was well away from Gordon Jury. And there's a little opportunity there. Charlie Miller certainly showing a willingness to break forward. He's showing good pace, and of course Robertson there has electrifying pace and can cause some damage to the Anorthosis defence. Panay. Plays it through to Kiriakov. Again, looking very busy, very direct. Good play again by the little midfielder. This is Gogi, holding off McCall. Good play by Gogi. And Yakov gets in the shot, which is comfortably handled by Andy Gorham. But again, you see the danger of Gogi. When he's in possession, no matter how close the defenders are to him, he can hold them off. He can lay off the ball, and he's going to be a real handful for this Rangers defence throughout these 90 minutes. Here's Gascoigne. Play through to Miller. McCall. Here's Petric. Stephen White's well forward, but Heasley's on the far side of the box. Petric plays it short though. Cross now looking for Robertson. Robertson swings in a better ball this time. Heasley gets up there for a touch. Well, Gascoigne was up there with him and Jury also. But again, Robertson get into good space and Rangers will be looking to pick him out to get forward and get some quality balls into Heasley.
When Rangers do knock the ball about, especially in midfield, they're able to get behind the Cypriot team down this right flank, down Rangers' left-hand side. David Robertson's had a couple of good runs down there. Charlie Miller's released himself well in midfield. Stuart McCall, Gordon Petric. I mean, when Rangers do join in, when Rangers get some passes together, they can get round the back of this Cypriot team. Just a bit more better quality balls into the box, and I think Mark Haley was stretching for that ball from David Robertson into the box. But a better ball into the box, and Mark Haley can pick people out of his head, if not score himself. So, I think Rangers have done quite well. They've settled down. A couple of half shots towards Andy Gorham, but all in all, Rangers must be quite pleased.
So bad news for Anorthosis. Still no sign of substitution. They might back see Stavru. There's no Stavru still on the field. So the player away on the far side on the stretcher. Well, play continues. And Anorthosis carry on with 10 men. This is Gogi. Played by Fodorov. And Shuri. The Rangers in trouble here. And so close by Todorov. Always dangerous coming in that type of situation. Not far away.
I think it was well left by Andy Gorham. Perhaps it did catch the seat of Alan McLaren's pants, and Rangers just survived by the seat of Alan McLaren's pants. But good play, good balls into the heart of the Rangers defence, good 1-2s, good back heels. And once again, their shot was set up, but Cypriots are unafraid when they get a chance to have a poke at goal.
This is Gascoigne. Played across by Miller. This is Stuart McCall. Stephen White going forward. Gascoigne plays it through. Oh, Panay almost caught. This is Kiriakov with a long one forward, carefully watched by Richard Goff. This is Gogi, close attendance. This is McLaren, looking for too much time on the ball, and he recovers well. Okay play. And Rangers get themselves the free kick. Basically shielding the ball well. Rangers wasting no time. Playing it. It's McCall. A bit of a gap opens up for the shot, but no real problem for the goalkeeper. Challenged there by Jury. And the referee has a word with the Rangers player.
Yeah, long shot by Stuart McCaw. I think Paul Gascoigne was screaming for the ball to be played inside him, but Stuart obviously decided to have a go himself. But a better ball in to Paul Gascoigne. Paul Gascoigne killed it in on goal. It's, once again, good play by the Rangers midfield.
So the throw-in to Anorthosis. And Yoto to take it. Decent enough start by Rangers. Some 20 minutes gone. Still no scoring on the night. Rangers leading 1-0 from the first leg. This is Panayi. Castana. Kiriakov. Still treatment going on to the Anorthosis player. I think it's Andreu. He's still flat on the stretcher. And Todorov has dropped a bit deep to give some cover. And this is Goff to Charlie Miller. Played off again by Goff. Rangers content to knock it about here. That's a slack one by McCall. That's exactly what Rangers don't want. But equally, another slack ball played by Panayotou. The club skipper there, who was suspended for the first leg. This is Petric. Played off by Jury for Gascoigne, and Jury takes a knock. He's still in the ground. It's played through for Hateley now. This is Charlie Miller. And Charlie Miller has certainly looked sharp enough in the opening 20 minutes or so. This is Panayi under pressure from Hateley. The game down to walking pace at the moment, and Anorthosis is still playing with 10 men. Kiriakov sends the ball through to looking for Todorov, but just too much pace in that one.
Just a bit too much pace on that, but Todorov was in a good run, sucked in Stephen Wright, and made a good run behind him at the ball. Luckily, the Rangers ran out, but good run by Charlie Miller. Charlie Miller's gone into the box on several occasions. He was unlucky with that shot. Good ball by Gascoigne, good layoff by Mark Hateley, and he manoeuvred the ball onto his left foot, and a good shot. Not quite firmly struck as he would like, but a good save by the keeper. So Charlie Miller, once again, we thought that Ian Durant might play this game, but Walter Smith explained to us before the game that he wanted a bit more aggression, a bit more steel from Charlie Miller, but Charlie Miller's shown us some Ian Durant runs into the box.
So this is McLaren, took off. Miller. Across to Stephen Wright. Given away again. Kiriakov sending it wide. Anorthosis starting to push players forward. It's McLaren getting his head to that one. And play by Charlie Miller. Rangers have given the ball away a couple of times, and they'll just want to tighten up in that aspect. But they've certainly dealt with any early problems Anorthosis gave them. This is McLaren, laid off by Miller, and he's fouled again. And the Shodis this time was warned by the referee. Charlie Miller getting Rangers a few free kicks. And still Anorthosis giving some treatment to Andreu away on the far side of the park. It's played in looking for Hateley. And goes behind for the goal kick. So the Anorthosis player has recovered as McLaren goes back to his defensive station. So they're now back to full strength. Hafley. And the referee steps in towards the free kick to Rangers. So Andreu bandaged up. And Rangers have a chance to do something here. Hafley moves away to the left-hand side of the penalty area. It's Petrick over the ball. Goff's well forward also. And this is Goff coming in. And he got a reasonable touch in that one. But it was comfortably taken in the end by Panayotou. Rangers will want to see more of that from the captain. That's the set pieces.
Yeah, Rangers have had about 4 or 5 free kicks in semi-wide positions, and that was probably the best ball floated into Richard Goff. It's good to see Richard Goff go up because on other free kicks they've only had Mark Hateley and Gordon Durie in the box, but once he gets in that box he can wriggle around and work a bit of space himself. A good ball into the box, a good header, not quite in the direction that Richard would like, but if they can get better quality balls in from these free kicks, Rangers have the power in the air, have the strength to really cause the Cypriot goalkeeper a lot of problems.
This is Todorov, Kiriakov, and a good play again by Charlie Miller. This is Panayotou, Kiriakov, Ignatov with 25 minutes played, and still no scoring on the night. Well, I see it's like Ian Durant on the far side, perhaps getting ready to come on, and Paul Gascoigne looks to be struggling a bit. And the referee, I think, has just spotted the intention. So off goes Gascoigne. And on comes Ian Durant, a player of great European experience, but it's Kiriakov coming forward with an excellent run here. And well taken by Andy Gorham. Well, Ian Durant, as I was saying, is a highly experienced player. Kiriakov again showing tremendous burst of pace, but Gorham took it well. Durant has 9 European goals and a real pedigree at this level.
Yeah, once again, all eyes on that substitution, but we talked about Kiriakov before, disengaging from midfield and making Durant runs, get into the box. Rangers must be aware of Kiriakov's runs and pick him up a lot more. You know, if he'd have come inside, he could have gone there for a penalty.
Well, this is McCall. Through for Durant. This is Robertson. Well, failing to keep that one down, but again, Rangers getting forward, causing some problems. Nicely knocked down by Durant, and Robertson's effort high and eventually wide. Stuart McCall it was, who lobbed it through. Nice little touch that by the substitute.
It was a pity it was on David Robertson's right foot. If it had been on his left, I think that would nest in the back of the net. But really, for Rangers' point of view, it's just a straight 1-for-1 swap. Paul Gascoigne's position will be taken up by Durant in the centre of midfield, and he'll be able to get forward or just sit there, just like Paul Gascoigne did. So really, Rangers aren't that much worse off with Ian Durant coming on.
This is Todorov. Ashudi. Panayotou's in a bit of space. This is Panayotou. And that all breaks down for Anorthosis, and they're not quite showing the confidence they did in the first leg. They had an excellent first half. But as Terry said, we'll have to keep a very close watch on Kiriakov. He's already shown in this match just what he can do, and he's in a slightly more aggressive role this evening. Panayotou was it shot to Ashudi. With Castanis playing it through to Todorov. And now it's Ian Durant for Rangers. There's still no scoring here on the night. Rangers leading by a 1-0 on aggregate. Played off by Durie. This is McLaren. Leaving it to Durant. McLaren. Durant again. Looking for Hafley, but the flag's up on the far side.
Good ball by Ian Durant. Mark Haley just slightly offside. Linesman needs flag up straight away, but Rangers, Ian Durant's good. He's got to slot into that midfield role that Paul Gascoigne vacated. There's got to be a tight three in the middle of the park. Ian can't go wandering off all over the place. He's got to get in touching distance of Charlie Miller and Stuart McCall, because that's where the strength of this Cypriot team is, in the middle of the park.
Well, Richard Goff penalised for a challenge. So free kick to Anorthosis. We're just coming up for the half-hour mark. Well, with a great financial gulf between these teams in just about every way, but only a goal separating them, and if Anorthosis get one back, this crowd will really come alive. So Rangers will want to keep things as calm as possible. They've made a decent start to the game, but that's given away to Castanas. Panayotou. This is Gogi. Ashodi. Well, almost catching Andy Gorham. Gorham skipping the ball away with his right foot. Well, Ashodi is a player who does pack a good shot, and he's very often on target. And as we see that replay, Rangers had broken at the other end, but the ball drifted away from Mark Hafley. And now it's Kiriakov looking for Gogi. Oh, just a little warning there for Rangers. This is Goff. Durant. That's McLaren. Bring it through, looking for Robertson. Panayotou is there. Robertson challenges. And that's a free kick to Anorthosis. Well, the Cypriot team as well, still looking for their match fitness. Their season doesn't begin till mid-September. This is Kiriakov. That's a slack one by him. Headed forward by right, looking for Hafley. Andreu, who seems to have recovered from his injury. Got the initial touch there. This is Stavro. That's Todorov. Gogic is having to come deep, looking for possession. This is Panayotou. Petric getting the touch. Now it's Stephen Wright. Playing it through, looking for Hafley, but asking an awful lot of him. Panayi, the sweeper's in there ahead of him. There's no frantic play, and you wouldn't expect it from the Cypriot side. They'll just plug away, play more or less the same game they played at Ibrox. And they'll be happy to get a goal over the 90 minutes, but if Rangers can just nick one, it'll make such a difference. This is Panayi. Pressured there by Charlie Miller. Panayotou. Todorov. Kiriakov. Gogi. Switch of play out to Andreu. This is Ashodi. Gogi. Well, just playing the hopeful ball in. That's an easy one for Andy Gorham, and that will be a welcome sign for Walter Smith. And the Rangers players, at the moment, Anorthosis lacking in ideas.
Well, they're just really passing the ball around amongst themselves, trying to work an opening, hitting British-type long balls, really, and that's food and drink to Gordon Petric and company, so hopefully they can hit a few more of those and they can mop them up the way they have been doing. But if you come towards half-time, you get the feeling that they're going to just contain things, Rangers, and just try and see this. They've given goals away in Europe right in the end of games and right at half-time before, so if they can see that at half-time, get a good talk to from Walter Smith and Nancy Knox, then they can look forward to the second half with a lot of confidence.
This is Kiriakov. Right off by Gogi. Panay gets the touch to Panayotou. Gogi again sending it wide to Kiriakov. Well, Petrick's launching himself at that one, and the referee quite rightly waves play on. The fans don't like it at all. Petrick's made a good contact with the ball. This is Castanas. Got out by Robertson. Castanas again. Kiriakov. Panayotou. This is Andreu. Now the home fans trying to lift their team. And Richard Goff gets the touch for Rangers. This is Stephen Wright. Petrick. Good ball through to Durant. And he gets the free kick. Panayotou making the challenge. Well, Gordon Petrick sent that ball through to him. Being very lackadaisical. And then he had a very good pass. Picked out Durant, and he was brought down by Andros Panayotou. So just 10 minutes left till half-time here in Larnaca. It's Anorthosis 0, Rangers 0 on the night. Rangers leading by a 0-0 from the first leg. Gordon Jury strike at Ibrox. A chance here for Rangers. Gordon Petrick is hovering there. So too is Durant. And it's left to Petrick, who drives it through. And that ball took a deflection en route. And it's a corner kick. Well, Petrick can strike an excellent ball, and he demonstrates it yet again. And the referee immediately pointed out towards the corner flag, so the pressure still on. And it's Dean Durant coming across to take this one. Richard Goff's well forward. Haitley's there also. And it's Haitley fouling the goalkeeper. He went in for that ball. And Durant hasn't given up on the European record for Rangers. As I said when he came on, he scored 9 goals. Ali McCoy, who's on the bench tonight, has 12. Which is the same as Ralph Brand's record from the 60s. Durant, of course, has scored a couple of marvellous goals in the Champions League run 3 years ago. That unforgettable one in Marseille, and also against Bruges at Ibrox. If he could add to that tonight, he'd be mightily pleased. This is a short stop. And it's Robertson. Properly cleared up. Panayotou moved forward onto it, but it was McLaren who came across to block that one. Robertson was tied in against the corner flag. Well, they got that ball away, but there's been a handball and a free kick now to Anorthosis. And they've left Panay, the sweeper, just inside their own half. Everyone else pushing forward here. Panayotou. Kiriakov slows down by Durant. A little nutmeg there. Great play by Kiriakov. He runs in looking for the return. Richard Goff trying to stay with Gogic. He's a difficult customer to pin down. And he gets the corner kick. Well, again, it was superb play by Kiriakov to start all of that off. And the Rangers facing a bit of pressure here as the minutes tick away towards half-time. Haitley's back there doing some defending, but a bit of pushing by Castanas.
Yes, referee saw that quite clearly, a definite push by Castanas. But once again, it's that man, Kiriakov. When he gets the ball, a little nutmeg on Ian Durant won't like to be reminded of that in the dressing room later on. But once he gets that ball, he plays his little 1-2s, his little give and goes into the heart of the Rangers defence. And Rangers with 3 central defenders have coped well so far. But you never know, one ball, one ricochet, and the ball could fall to his feet. But he's the main danger for the Cypriot team. If they can contain him in the second half, they've got a good chance.
McLaren switching the play over to Stephen White. Petric. Jury. That's McCall. Rangers being patient. And as Terry said, they'll be quite happy to go to the dressing room at 0-0. If you come in offices, it's Todorov. It's one of these games where defenders have got to be in their toes for the full 90 minutes. That's a free kick against Gogi.
Yeah, Richard Goff reading the situation well, coming in front. He's done well, same as Gordon Petric and Alan McLaren especially have done well to contain Gogic, because when he does get the ball, he does rifle and has a good goal for goal. He's got an eye for goal. And luckily so far he hasn't been able to really strike one, as we know he can do. But the back three have done well. I'd just like to see David Robertson get into the game a little bit more down the left-hand side. Stephen Wright as well. The Rangers have the flank positions, they have the wide positions, and from those wide positions they can get good quality balls into Mark Haitley.
So just 5 minutes of the first half left. No scoring here in Larnaca. Play through looking for Robertson, but the offside flag had gone up. So Richard Goff, the Rangers skipper, into his 9th season with the Ibrox club since joining from Spurs. Terry said he's had a good first half, and I think Gordon Petric has certainly helped the back so far tonight. He's used the ball well, and the defence has looked a lot more settled than it did in the first leg. But against players like Gogic and Kyriakov, they'll have to be mighty careful. And this is Panayotou. Todorov making a good run on the right side of the penalty area, and getting the free kick conceded there by Charlie Miller, who pleads his case to the referee. But despite all Rangers have achieved in this first half, with just 4 minutes of the first half left, they're facing a lot of pressure again. So, Anorthosis is pushing just about everyone forward. Todorov who takes it. And it was Petric who got his head for the ball initially. This is Ashuris trying to tee something up for Andreu. Blocked by Stephen Wright, gets a second bite at it. Kyriakov there, and McLaren in bravely. And he gets the free kick, high foot from a little midfielder. Well, you know, Anorthosis has got this man for just $100,000 US, which went into his bank account. There was no transfer fee, and it really does show you that if you scout around, you can get tremendous bargains in European football. Jordan Jordanov, the number 2 at the club, is the man who brought him here. Of course, he was well known to Vasilev, the coach. Gordon Jury is trying to turn with just a couple of minutes of the first half left. Teams certainly haven't found it easy coming here in recent years, and Anorthosis constantly improving, both on the domestic front and in European football. This is Todorov. Gogi switching the play now to Panayotou. So that all breaks down for Anorthosis. But again, you can see Gogic, the number 9, he works so hard. He'll come back looking for possession. He'll drift wide, always trying to bring other players into the game. Stuart McCall across to Petric. So Terry, just a couple of minutes of this first half left. Your overall thoughts?
Yes, very good from Rangers' point of view. They've looked good going forward. Posed a bit of better quality balls to Mark Haitley and to Gordon Jury, but they've looked well. Had a penalty appeal turn, and if they can just get hold of this man on the ball now, Kyriakov, if they can just get hold of him in the midfield 3, can keep tight make sure they don't get beaten by 1-2 or anything else. And if they can get a hold of him, then I think they've got a great chance. It does remind you of Levski Sofia many years ago, or 2 years ago, and I think the coaches got the same thing. Just be patient, he's saying to the Cypriot team. Just be patient, because you might get a chance later on in the game to level the actual tie. So I think that's what they're trying to do. But Rangers have got to be even more patient. Like you said at the back, they've got to be clever. They've got to be very much coordinated, very much concentrated. And, if they can keep that concentration level up all the time, I think they've got a good chance of going through.
So we're inside the final minute of the first half. Still no scoring on the night. Kipley challenging. He plays it through to Kiriakov. So Geeks again, coming deep for the ball. Rangers standing for him. It's Stephen Wright. Doesn't want to dwell too much on it though. Played off by McCall. This is McLaren. Rangers just playing out time in this first half. 17 years now in the European Cup Rangers, a Scottish record. They overtook Celtic's record of 15 seasons last year, but Celtic, of course, past winners of the tournament. And here's a break on now. Further off is racing through the middle. Goff spotted the danger, but Andy Gorham had to well off his line. Take that one comfortably. And this is Durant. Oh, it's turned into quite a cool evening here when we landed on Monday night, just about kick-off time. It was sweltering heat. It cooled down a bit yesterday, and when the Rangers players trained here last night, again at 8 o'clock, it wasn't too bad, and certainly there's no complaints weather-wise. We had been warned to expect very high temperatures at kick-off time. And there goes the half-time whistle. So Rangers will be well pleased with the first half. Charlie Miller carrying a bit of a threat up front. Gordon Petrich and Richard Goff playing extremely well at the back for Rangers. Stuart McCall sitting in midfield, doing a good job there. And Walter Smith will be happy with the proceedings. It's Anorthosis 0, Rangers 0.
Yes, Rangers' European dream is still very much alive. Join us again after this break and hear what Trevor Stephen and John Brown think of Rangers' first half performance. Welcome back. In Larnaca, it's 0-0 at the moment. Trevor, you happy with that?
So far, so good, John. We've set out our stall and really played as Walter Smith, I think, would have wanted us to play. And no goals against, and we've had more chances than they've had, so things are looking good for the moment.
John, of course, you're on the coaching staff at Ibrox right now. What will Walter be saying at half-time?
I think looking at the first 45, they'll be very pleased, and if the boys just keep their discipline, looking at them, I don't think they've got a great deal in there to really hurt us. They're having shots at the edge of the box. I don't see them getting behind us, and I think if the boys keep their discipline, I'm sure we could maybe even get a goal.
Gascoigne didn't last long, did he, Trevor?
No, I was disappointed and don't actually know what was wrong with him, but Ian Durant stepped in and looked comfortable, and he's been on the ball quite a lot since Gascoigne went off, so that's good news. As long as it continues in that vein, then we'll be more than happy, because they don't really seem to have a goal threat, although they've had one or two minor chances, but nothing really that had us on the end of our seats.
OK, let's get to some of the action then. Charlie Miller, John, he posed an early threat, didn't he? And you were off your seat. You thought it was a clear-cut penalty kick.
Yeah, he's definitely been the live list. He'll make a great run, cut inside, and the guy definitely took him down. I don't know what the referee's thinking there. Clear penalty. And he goes through again, the guy takes him down. Charlie's definitely looked at the live list, and the fact we never got a penalty, I think, is
it seems to us we were up in arms that it wasn't a penalty, because he showed great skill by cutting inside, and he just didn't get what he deserved there, because that was a penalty.
To get it at that stage too, 6 minutes gone would have been great, but the boys have just kept plodding on, and we've created a few chances and looked to be the likelier team to score.
We know all about this guy Todorov. He's been a thorn in Rangers' flesh in the past, and he came close tonight, Trevor.
He did. This is the one or two instances when they were dangerous in the first half. We got a little bit of play around the box, and Todorov should have really hit the target there. And that was bringing back some bad memories, but thankfully went the wrong side of the post, and we lived to fight again.
Andy Gorham did very well. I don't know that he knew an awful lot about this shot, John. He saved with his legs, but again, Gorham's such a key player for Rangers.
Oh, it definitely is. Looking at the chance, I think he wasn't sighted. I think Alan McLaren was in front of him. The shot comes in, and he managed to get. Andy stays on his feet, and as you see, he just clears it with his feet. He's done it over the years that he stays up. He stays up plenty of time, and he done it again. And you can see
something definitely happened to the ball on the way through there, because it was an unorthodox save, and Andy very rarely makes those sort of saves.
But we would settle for them just continuing to shoot from outside the box, because we've got a goalkeeper who's definitely world class, and he'll cope with that all day.
Yes, indeed. OK, well, we'll take a short break now. Join us again in just a couple of minutes from now for all the second half action live from Larnaca. As you know, right now it's 0-0 as things stand. Welcome back. It's 0-0 over in Larnaca. Let's go there now, see the live pictures. Now, Paul Gascoigne didn't last long in that first half. We hear he's got a groin injury. He's going to sit out the second half in the dugout, but we hear that he's in a pretty distressed state, Trevor. He can't be too happy.
He'll obviously be disappointed not to be out there. I don't know how serious that injury is, but he's trying to get it treated there.
Yeah.
But he'll be disappointed at the fact that he's not actually on the pitch.
He'll be fed up, John, because he was so pumped up for the match tonight.
Yeah, definitely got his wound up for it, but I think the manager's got a squad of players that we can cope with it. You look at an international player coming on in Ian Durrant, and he's experienced throughout, that we've got bags of cover there anyway, and it's disappointing for Paul, but we've definitely got cover to come in and do a job.
But this is a worrying aspect about Paul Gascoigne, lack of games in a season, isn't it? And we're seeing it again tonight.
Yeah, it's difficult to judge him on that incident.
Sure.
You know, he's been available for every game up to this stage in the season, and you can't just write him off because he's got maybe a niggling groin injury or whatever. Hopefully it's nothing serious. He'll be available for Saturday, but we'll just have to wait and see.
You know, John, now and again, Goran Petric is so cool in the ball, but we worry about that now and again, but he can certainly pack a free kick, can't he? And he showed that again tonight. Great free kick from Petric.
Yeah, magnificent strike. Gordon's been known to have a bit of a shot, and he definitely showed it there tonight. That you know, around about 30 yards, he can hit target, and I think it took a deflection anyway. But you know, he's definitely he's a threat from that area. There we are.
And the backroom boys got there eventually. We're seeing it now, Trevor.
Yeah, we didn't quite see Gordon striking the ball, but we were fully expecting it to hit the back of the net, sat here, and we weren't far wrong. He was a little bit unlucky. I don't know where the deflection came, but. A foot wide, not far.
It looked as though the keeper was beat there anyway, even if it hit target.
Big Butcher said in his co-commentary, John, that it's all about concentration, keeping the concentration level high. I think he's pretty accurate with that statement, isn't he?
Yeah, I think you're at a level European stage that it's important that you keep your concentration throughout the 90 minutes. I think if you slacken off at any moment, teams with quality players can hurt you.
Will the Cypriots' heads be down at this stage, do you think, Trevor? They've got it all to do, haven't they?
They can't have too much confidence left. They've tried to thread the ball through us, and we've dealt with that, and then they've tried to knock the long ball, and we've dealt with that as well. You know, we're quite happy for them to hit shots from 30 yards. Said that before in the past, but I've been proved wrong. But yeah. Hopefully that's what we're going to limit them to, and every faith in Andy Gorham to keep them out.
Yes, indeed. OK, well, let's go back now live to Larnaca. Anorthosis 0, Rangers 0. Back to you, Jerry.
And Anorthosis just about to kick off. And just look around the Rangers team there, no further changes. Of course, the manager can use 3 substitutes now under FIFA and UEFA rules, and but of course that can include the goalkeeper, so we don't want to be too rash at this stage of the game. And looking at the Cypriot side also, we don't see any change there, and Andreou, the number 3, with the bandaged head, is back on the field. He took a hefty knock and had to be carried off in the first half. So the Hungarian referee, Laszlo Wagner, final check of the watch. And with the linesman. The Rangers will be pleased with the first half performance, and they'll want to keep things fairly calm in a stadium where it's not easy to win. And Anorthosis won the championship by 7 points, losing just 2 games, both of them away from home. And the president then thanked the coach for not winning the cup as well. So it shows you the height of their ambitions. And sanctioned some money to bring the 3 Bulgarian players here. So here's an early threat, and Robertson did well as Ashudis attacks the ball. The Cypriots have got the start of the second half they want. A corner kick and a chance to apply some pressure on the Rangers defence. Rangers' other outfield players tonight are McCoist, Cleland and Murray. There's no need to tend to the magic dust of McCoist just yet. It's Kiriakov hitting that one. Rather disappointing ball, but still Anorthosis have it through Todorov. Playing it through there looking for Andreu. So Rangers players will looking at the number 10 there. Nikolai Todorov. 3 championship medals he won with Levski Sofia, and during that spell, of course, his last-minute goal knocked Rangers out of the European Cup. He had a spell also with Montpellier in France. That's Patrick taking the kick. Headed on well by Haitley to Jury. He needs some support here. Durant's racing into the box, and Stephen Wright's coming in support. This is Wright. Jury again. Rangers getting players forward. The Jury's got a lot to do here, and he gets the free kick. So things looking up for Rangers now, and that's a signal for Golf to come forward. You can see Jury tumbling there out on the right-hand side of the field. So it will be Durant to take it. Golf has moved forward, so too has Petric. Haitley's at the far side. There's a lot of height there. Haitley getting the touch. Played by Panayotou. And Gogits does well to gain possession. Getting away there from Stuart McCall. Showing pace going forward. Haitley's gone back to block him. It's McLaren who's caught there. Zinyatov played the ball through. Kiriakov comes forward. And it's the free kick just outside the penalty area. And again, Kiriakov thundering through. It was a nice play that between Todorov and Inyatov. They linked well together, and Kiriakov came with a run and was taken out of the play. So both sides forcing free kicks in the early stages of the second half, but still no scoring here on the right. So Castanas has moved forward. Ball number 4 is one of the markers, and Andreu, who also carries a threat, is on the far side of the area. It's easily dealt with by Petric, who clears it upfield. Panayi, the sweeper. Looking for Gogi, but away by Petric. Stephen Wright. Andreu gets the touch to Stavro. Panayi, Kiriakov calls for it. Panayotou. It's well cleared by Golf. Obviously needs some support here. Castanas digs in well. Kiriakov, the referee, plays advantage. This is Inyatov. Kiriakov. Inyatov again, switching it to Todorov. Panayotou. Kiriakov goes on the outside. Played in first time though, and easily cut out by Alan McLaren. Promptly given away though to Inyatov. And Kiriakov gets the free kick. And that's a yellow card shown to David Robertson. Well, he was booked in the first leg also. Wasn't a great ball played in earlier, and easily taken by McLaren, but then it was promptly given away to Ignatov, and that's what led to the situation. Panayotou played it through, and Robertson made the challenge on Kiriakov. So that's 2 bookings and 2 European matches for Robertson. Here's Jury now, but very much a lone attacker. So the one goal from the first leg is separating these sides. When you look at the FIFA table, Scotland on 21st place and Cyprus is 68th, but with the Bulgarian influx at club level here, that certainly makes a difference. And this is a well-organised side. Kiriakov. Challenge there by McCall. Another free kick to Anorthosis. This is a Shudi. Tackled by Hafley. That's McCall. This is Gogi. Again, Goff's there and lets the ball run through to Gorham.
Yes, they are a very well-organised team. They've got some good players on the side, but the Bulgarian coach is the Bulgarian coach of the Cypriot team, because he knows that just one opportunity is all he needs to force this game into extra time, and you never know what could happen after that. So he's a shrewd tactician.
Yeah, if we doubted he was a fox, we had it confirmed yesterday at the press conference, Terry.
Not that he's not like a fox, but I think his tactics are very good.
He certainly was giving very little away. Durant there battling away, and Rangers getting themselves the free kick out on the left-hand side of the field. The crowd has gone quiet again, out of just under 10,000. And that's a good effort going in from Charlie Miller. He was in the end of that one. The ball swung in and headed in the direction of Charlie Miller, who hit it first time. The ball was dipping, but it's too late. Kiriakov plays it forward. Looking for Ignatov. McLaren's there. Stephen White. The ball from the keeper. Andy Gorham won't take too many kicks. Sam rubbing his right thigh during the Saturday match there against Morton. And he didn't take part in any of the training last night. So he'll have to watch himself. But here's Kiriakov again on a great run inside the penalty area. McLaren's there. That's a shocking ball by McLaren. He did the difficult part and then promptly gave it away. Gogi. Well, a real lapse in concentration by McLaren. And that's something Rangers cannot afford for a split second of this match. Further off in the middle. And easily defended in the end by Stephen Wright. Heading the ball back so as Andy Gorham can handle it. Andy Gorham was Walter Smith's very first signing back in 1991 from Hibernian, and named Player of the Year 2 years later. He's had his injury problems, but hopefully Rangers will see a lot more of him this season. Here's a great chance on for Charlie Miller. Good save by the goalkeeper, and it's Durant following up. And the goalkeeper snatching the ball right on the line. Well, excellent play. I think Ian Durant it was. Swatted the ball through to Miller. He stabbed at it, and Nikos Panayotou did just enough, and then had to get back as Durant lobbed the ball forward. The keeper ended up behind the line, but he kept the ball out. So a real chance that for Rangers with 55 minutes played. There's still no scoring here on the night. Gogi drifts wide, and he gets the throw in just on the line with the penalty area, the Rangers penalty area. And Durant showing a fair bit of pace, but that ball is out of play, and it's a throw in to Anorthosis, quickly taken by Kiriakov. Here he is again. Gabru leaves it to Ashuri. Ashuri is off in at the heart of everything. Ashuri trying to get forward. McLaren's with him. And a little bit of pushing indicates the referee by Ashuri. And Rangers have the free kick.
Well, that was Rangers' best chance. It all came from Andy Gorham, really, when he wellied the ball down the pitch. Wasn't the best of strides. Good flick on. Good play by Rangers. Charlie Miller once again getting into that position on the far post after a good 1-2. He was the third man, got in behind them. The ball seemed to set up in the grass. He couldn't quite get the contact. But if Rangers play that sort of football, can play the one-touch, get Charlie Miller in. He's been in all game, really, and they've got a good chance. I mean, it's position now. Mark Headley fouled on the right-hand side, but Rangers have had 1 or 2 free kicks wide. If they can get quality balls in, Charlie Miller had the volley well before that, so with a bit more luck, Charlie Miller could have scored at least a hat-trick tonight.
But I'm sure 1 goal would please Walter Smith, and it would really take a lot of pressure away from Rangers. It's White who swings in the ball. He plays climbing, but the referee awards a free kick against the Rangers striker. The ball swung in, but Casely judged to have climbed there, using his arms to get up. The Shuri. Castana. Aye. Cross to Andreu. That's Todorov. And David Robertson alert to the attack down the right-hand side from Panayotou. And Petric did well to come out and block that effort from Ashuris. Richard Goff did that in the first leg, and the Rangers players have been well warned about Ashuris, that if he gets a chance, he invariably hits the target. Kiriakov trying to battle his way through, but Goff managed to get the ball away there with some help from McCall. And Charlie Miller playing it through, but into the hands of Panayotou, who dispatches the ball to his brother. This is Todorov. Well, the home crowd getting behind the side again, trying to lift him. This is Miller. We certainly haven't seen the Rangers fullbacks getting forward enough in this game. Robertson particularly. We were talking about that at half-time, Terry. Really, they could get maybe just a bit more out of him.
Yeah, I think they can. I think both fullbacks can get forward just a bit more. I think they're now in the second half, especially a bit more conscious whether the wily fox of the Bulgarian manager decided to push his 2 wide men further on as well and try and take the game to range. I think they've been penned back a little bit more than they were in the first half. But given the opportunity, they can get the ball wide. As Stephen Wright picks the ball up now, he's the one, and David Robertson, that can really pinpoint these crosses to Mark Haley.
Basile's tactics certainly worked at Ibrox as well, but they didn't get in too many forward runs, the fullbacks. So this is Durant. Stephen Wright. He plays in the far side. Jury's through the middle. Nice little ball by Durant. This is Jury. Playing it off to McCall. Charlie Miller's there. It breaks out now to Durant. And the ball's out for the corner kick. Durant quite happy to let it go behind. So another chance for Rangers here. And again, Goff and Petric start to move forward, leaving Robertson and White to look after the threat of Gogi. So it's Durant who swings it in. Breaks away to Todorov. Challenge there by McCall. Haven't made the same cut chances they made in the first leg, and they're about to make a change. And Shoris, I think, is the man going off. And Kunas comes on. Well, Kunas played in the right back area in the first leg, but he also is a midfielder, and he's gone into a more forward role. So it's Kiriakov who plays that one. And Gogic struck it through, and the Anorthosis players claiming a foul against Rangers. And yellow card is shown there to Todorov for complaining too much.
You never know with these foreign players. When the ball gets into the box, as you see here, he's just going to throw himself onto the ground. And the referee has proved really in this match he's not going to be conned by anybody. He's not going to stand any dives, any theatricals or anything like that. But on that occasion, he did so.
Interesting thing, though, Kerry, is when Charlie Miller went down inside the box. Certainly, it looks a penalty from here. The referee went over and waved the finger at Miller, indicating that he'd taken a bit of a dive, but took no action against him. Here's Haitley now. And that favoured left peg of his, but nothing to bother the goalkeeper.
I think if he hadn't given the penalty, really should have booked Charlie Miller for diving. So, it just seemed to be a very strange decision.
This is Andreu. And Gogic. Good switch of play to Panayotou. And the referee indicates handball against the Anorthosis players. And he's complaining now. The referee's telling him to calm down. Well, they did have a bit of problem with the temperament and the discipline in the more recent European ties. They had a couple of players sent off against Atletico Bilbao. And they had a couple of players sent off in a match pre-season in Germany. So maybe they're getting a bit rattled now. And there's Durant taken out of the play, and the yellow card shown immediately to the substitute Punas. It's a hefty one on the Rangers player. So the yellow card, that's 3 now for Anorthosis and 1 for Rangers. Robertson of Rangers booked earlier. Stavru and Todorov now joined in the referee's book by Punas. So Rangers gaining more and more in confidence as this match goes on. The referee wants this retaken. A bit of verbals going on out there involving a few of the players, and the referee just calming things down. Well, this would be a great time for Rangers to pinch one. It's played in by Durant. He plays up there, Goss well forward, but the goalkeeper takes it comfortably. Waste no time. It's played to Ignatov. A bit of confidence seems to have gone out of Anorthosis. But it's always dangerous to say something like that with a player like Kiriakov on the field, and certainly Gogic, who will carry a threat right to the last whistle. This is Robertson. Durant. He's on the worst after that challenge a few months ago. In comes Charlie Miller. Picked up by Ignatov. Easily cut out by Petric. The offside flag though goes up. Gordon Jury was running to attempt to get back onside. Charlie Miller was in the middle as well, and the flag went up. Free kick quickly taken with Kiriakov. Punas. Gogic. Stepping away from Petric. Still it's Gogic. Going for the return, and he gets the free kick. Well, a dangerous moment coming up now for Rangers. Absolutely no doubt about that. Gogic right on the edge of the area, playing a little 1-2. And Todorov, always dangerous from this type of situation. So 65 minutes gone. Still no scoring, but Andy Gorham and the defensive wall got some work to do here. Kiriakov's over the ball. Kastanis is standing just behind them. And Todorov, who finished off Rangers a couple of years ago, is surely not going to put them back in the game here. Anorthosis up over the bar it goes. And he'll be disappointed with that. Ignatov is the one who really strikes the ball, but he's left-footed and tends to take the free kicks over in the right area of the field. Sends them in, as we saw, in fact, just before half-time at Ibrox, when Andy Gorham had to move smartly.
Well, thankfully that was a woeful free kick, but it just proves the point that any challenge around the box, the Cypriots will go down and hope that the referee will give a free kick. But in that time, the Todorov's free kick was well wasted. But the warning signs are there for Rangers.
There's a Rangers player on the deck as Anorthosis attack. Charlie Miller, who's back on his feet. Still the Cypriots have it, and Funas is caught there by McLaren. Now it's Robertson. That ball drifts out of play. I see Paul Gascoigne still over there in the dugout, or technical area as they call it now. He's got to his feet there to throw some encouragement. But the news on him at half-time wasn't too great. What was he was a bit distressed by his injury. It's a groin injury. Let's hope for his point of view. And Rangers, it's not too serious. But there's still work to be done here by Rangers. Here come Anorthosis again. Just one slip and this whole situation could turn around. And that was no doubt part of Walter Smith's address to the players in the days leading up to the game, and no doubt again at half-time. This is Jury trying to hold off the challenge of Stavru, and the free kick goes in Anorthos's way. The referees handled the match quite firmly, but way in the early stages when Charlie Miller went down inside the penalty area, there was just a little bit of hesitancy. So we're now midway through the second half. Still no scoring here at the Papadopoulos Stadium. And that suits Rangers and the fans. Jordan Petric. In the long one looking for Haysley. That's the Kiriakov. This is Gogi. Good ball with the outside of the foot, looking for Todorov. Still it's Todorov. Well, there are 3 or 4 Rangers defenders there. Gogic is going through to join him, but the opportunity is lost. But superb ball by Gogic with the outside of the right foot through to Todorov. Looked as though he might try and smack it first time, but he was forced wide. And he didn't really have much support. Here's Todorov again. McCall comes in, breaks away from him. Yakov's well forward, and it's Charlie Miller who does some good defending. Right on the 6-yard line.
Good play by Charlie Miller. He's proved that he can get into the Cypriot box, but once again he saved the day for Rangers by coming in. Good defending, wasn't bustled off the ball, headed it for a corner.
Headed away by Durant. Here comes Haysley. Jury. Good play by Jury. The break's certainly on here. Haysley is coming forward. Durant's caught, but Jury gives some backup, some support. This is Robertson. Durant, not the best of passes from Robertson, but Durant gets the free kick, and he's taken another knock. 2 or 3 taken in this half. He was into the challenge, and an apology there from Ignatov. Going in late and catching the Rangers midfielder.
Yeah, I think we'd probably see the Cypriot player lay down for fully 10 minutes if that sort of challenge went on him, but those sort of challenges Ian Durant. Rangers really aren't keeping the ball as well as they could do when they do defend, and they are defending very well. Charlie Miller proved that. They've got to keep the ball just a little bit better, keep the passing going, don't give balls away in silly positions, and if they can keep the ball and just frustrate the Cypriot team, then they've got to, they can keep possession and everything else. But Ian Durant, I'm sure, as a precaution, has been taken up and stretched, he'll bounce up and be straight back onto the pitch.
So Durant didn't want to go off. Anorthosis had people on trying to get him off, and a bit of niggling going on, you would notice there, between the 2 players. And the referee will have to keep a tight grip on this. And obviously, nerves getting a bit frayed among the Anorthosis players, but no time's running away from them. So the free kick taken. And towards Haitley. Charlie Miller tries to get forward. Andrea's there. And it's the goalkeeper who sweeps it away.
Once again, it was Charlie Miller getting into the box. Good free kick. Was good flick on by Mark Haitley, and Charlie Miller was there once more. I don't know how many runs he's made into the box this match. He's made probably about 9 or 10 runs into the box, and he's been lucky not to score. I mean, how he's not on the score sheet, I'll never know. But Ian Durant hobbles back into his position on the pitch.
That's good news for Rangers. And well, it's Stephen White trying to get forward. Northus is getting it away though, effectively to Kyriakov. And it's Gordon Petric who makes the challenge. And that's where you want to keep Kyriakov, inside his own half. And that's a foul throw surely. Yep, the referee has blown. Here is Durant. It must be comforting for Ian Durant, the number of operations he's come through, that he can take a couple of hefty knocks tonight. He's back. I'm still limping a bit though. But after everything he's come through, it must encourage him. The ball is just out of play, and David Robertson will try to get it forward. It's a throw in to Anorthosis. Panayi. Played off there by Fodorov. Here's again. Good ball through. And missed completely there by Inyatov. Well, good running by Gogi. And that was a real chance for Anorthosis to do something. Fodorov operating well on the right. And Gogi went on a good run, but the ball running away in the end from Inyatov. This is Kyriakov. Still 0-0 here. This Gordon Jury goal from the first leg could be so important, but Rangers still have a job of work to do. Right through perhaps to the final whistle, unless they can nip a goal, which would really put it beyond reasonable doubt. A place in the Champions League beckons. And a lot of money as well, but Rangers know there's more to it than that. And after failures in recent seasons, they've really got to get a result here tonight. And Andy Gorham comes to the rescue. Well, that was a fine save by the Rangers goalkeeper. Little header there by Gogi. And the shot going in from Ignatov, it was dipping in just under the bar, and Gorham did ever so well.
Well, Rangers had a chance to really clear their line. Stephen Wright in particular should have got to the ball. Shouldn't let it bounce, just clear his line. In the end, hesitancy, Alan McLaren forced that good shot by Ignatov.
Well, a couple of flips by McLaren in the second half. And that shot goes wide of target from the substitute, Punas. And he's a bit disappointed with that. It was Haitley who got it out of the penalty area, but Punas had a lot of space there. And if he just get a little bend in the ball, it could have caused all kinds of grief. So there's a bit of activity over on the Anorthosis bench. Inyatov is the player going off. So 75 minutes gone. And it's Toma, the player who's come on. Marius Toma. So he picks up a front position. And Gordon Petric is already keeping a close watch on him. And while the referee has stepped in and awarded a free kick. So Anorthosis in a hurry to get on with things. And that's the free kick. Played in inevitably towards Gogi. And wide out of the stadium almost. So another ball is called for. So there's a little spell. Rangers will just want to get through. And again, the ball's played high into the air. And again, it goes Anorthosis' way. It's all about concentration now for Rangers. Just further off laying it up. And that falls behind for the goal kick. So just the one goal from the first leg separating these two sides. And when you look at them as clubs, really, there's a gulf between them. Rangers play to an average of 44,000, and Anorthosis play to 4,000. Rangers spent some £10 million on players this summer, and that's a 10-year budget for Anorthosis. So the financial gap is absolutely huge. But, Rangers have not found it easy, and certainly in the first leg. They had a difficult first half. This is Kiriakov. Playing the long one through the middle. It's asking too much of Nikolai Fodorov. And Rangers have the goal kick.
Yes, we're seeing quite a few balls now played inside left, inside right positions of the Rangers defenders. Up to the three central defenders now to really make sure they're on their button, they're on their toes. They can drop deeper if they want to drop deeper, just to make sure they can stop these balls coming in. Bring your fullbacks in. You've got 5 men at the back to try and stop their three-man attack and defend from there. When the ball does come break down, clear your lines. If Rangers clear their lines, they can get the ball upfield to Hateley and Jury. They're playing quite well with a limited amount of service at the moment. If the right balls are up to those front men, they can hold it up, and then Rangers can get out. They don't want to push out too far, because any space that they do leave behind, these long balls are dangerous.
And here comes Funas, challenged by Miller, and comes Goff. This is Charlie Miller. And he's well challenged. Funas again. Gogi. Caught there though by McCall, who's anchored in midfield. McCall again. Not doing it. Challenged by Kiriakov, and eventually giving away the free kick. Well, David Robertson had moved forward on the left, but wasn't picked out at all there by McCall. So the home fans unhappy as the ball is sent high out of play. Stephen Wright there, the recent signing from Aberdeen, £1.5 million. The referee had just had a picture come over to throw a bottle from the field that had been pitched on from where the Anorthosis fans are.
An empty one there, I might add.
This is Castanas. Anorthosis have to do something soon to get this crowd alight. Time running away from them. And what a mighty relief it will be to Rangers if they can go through in the 90 minutes. After the happenings of recent years, the record has not been at all good. Too many first-round exits. So just 10 minutes left, and the referee has in fact took his time about that, but he's given the free kick to Anorthosis. So 10 minutes between Rangers and the place at Europe's top table. Castanas has moved forward, carries a threat in the air. He's in the thick of it there. Hateley's there too, but the referee spots an infringement and awards the free kick to Rangers. I was on about Rangers' record a moment ago. In the last 6 seasons, there's 4 first-round exits and 1 second round, and that only came about, I think, because the Maltese opposition in the first round. But of course they had that splendid run in 1992-93 when they reached what was effectively a semi-final against Marseille. The winner that night in the Velodrome would have gone into the final, and the event finished in a draw in Marseille. They went through after the final game of the section, and of course, after all kinds of doubts expressed about the way they got there, it's all water under the bridge now, and Rangers have a fresh chance, and they're just minutes away from what could be a very good autumn. And as we saw Terry in the Champions League, they did tend to raise their games, the better the opposition.
I think so, with it, and also it's one into the season as well, so it does give them a bit more time to get a bit of form and get some passes going together. But at the moment, they're doing quite well at the moment just to contain these Cypriot teams, and the Cypriot players are just saying, especially if Gorgitz gets on the ball, that he's the one man that probably could threaten to unlock that Rangers defence, which has proved to be quite tight tonight.
So 8 minutes left. No scoring on the night. Kirikov tries to get forward. Durant challenges well, and he wins the throw-in. The ball deflecting off one of the Anorthosis players, and you can see they're not happy about it. Gogitz there, expressing his doubts about the referee's decision. But, they're definitely getting frustrated, the Cypriot players. Panayi, Stavru, Fodorov dropping deep, shadowed by McCall. Free kick awarded against the Rangers midfielder. If they're going to make a challenge, that's the place to make it in the opposition half. Fodorov wastes no time, he's looking for Gogitz. Goff climbs well. Robertson gets it away. Done by Panayi. Kirikov tries to control and shield the ball, and the free kick is given against Charlie Miller, and the referee reckons that an officer is trying to take unfair advantage here, so he calls for it to be retaken. Kirikov who plays it through, headed away by Stephen Wright. This is Durant, who just gets the merest touch, and it's enough to Haitley. Durant again, caught by Punas. Disappointed by Fodorov. Robertson. Jury's back there helping as well. Stavru stabs it through, and McLaren makes the challenge. This is Punas. Looking for Thomas, the substitute. Two substitutes involved there, but that ball goes behind for the goal kick, and McLaren has said something to the referee now, and he's been shown the yellow card. The Rangers picking up some unnecessary bookings in this preliminary round, and it could be costly for them later on. The ball just out of play as the substitute chased it. Richard Goff was there, and Petric, in fact, and McLaren said something to the referee and was immediately yellow carded. This is Durant, and Rangers get the free kick this time after a few against them. Goff is telling Durant to keep it calm, and Goff, in fact, decides not to push forward this time. Played shot to Robertson. He plays in the middle. Jury's in the penalty area. Charlie Miller's up there as well. If Haitley can get a touch here, there's a chance on for Miller, but the ball just drifts away from him. And Panayotou wastes no time. Out to Kirikov. Played off to Andreu. There are 5 minutes left in this Champions Cup tie. Rangers 5 minutes away from the Champions League. This is Todorov. Across comes Robertson, using his pace, getting in just ahead of Andros Panayotou. Todorov, holding the ball from McCall. And the free kick is awarded. The referee giving a high number of free kicks in the second half. And he wants this one retaken. Again, to watch for Andy Gorham and the defender to do. It's a goal. Getting a close watch on things. Gorham commits himself. And that's good handling by the Rangers goalkeeper with just under 4 minutes left. And you can see Gogitz there giving a pat on the head to Gorham. And one professional to another. That was a good catch by Gorham.
That's what you want as a central defender under a bit of pressure. The goalkeeper coming out, got even a ball like that, relieves the pressure, gets Rangers up into the other end of the pitch. Now's a concentration factor that we talked about before, even more importantly than ever. Especially when Todoroff's around, you never know what he's going to do in the last minute. But 4 minutes away, 3 minutes away from glory.
And of course, the ever-present threat of Gogitz. And I mentioned Kiriakov, who's had a quieter second half. This is Castana. His challenges. There are 3 minutes left. Anorthosis 0, Rangers 0. Rangers lead 1-0 in aggregate. It's Gogitz. Petric challenges. Cross now to Castana. And Stavru, the marker moves forward. That's him there, getting the touch through to Kiriakov. And McCall gets it away from the danger area. Picked up by Panay. Rangers getting everyone behind the ball. And of course, this is something that Anorthosis did to them at Ibrox. And Petric attacks that one well. Good play by Petric. He's got no one with him. He stumbles. And it's Panay who comes in. But Petric's read that situation very quickly indeed. And he's so good at moving out of defence. And that, again, is something Rangers lacked in the first leg. And if you're to play this system, you need a player that can break from the back, and he can certainly do that. There are under 2 minutes left now. Still 0-0. Castana, Kiriakov, laid off by Todorov. This is Panayotou. Todorov again. Stavru comes through. This is Punas. And it's away by Robertson. And the home crowd are unhappy. But in fairness to them, not one has left the ground. This is Gogitz. And it's cut out by Durant. The break's on here. Gordon Jury breaks away down the left-hand side of the field. Durant drags it wide up. He's spotted Jury now. Still at Durant. Stuart McCall comes through the middle in a run. And it's Panay who comes clear with the ball. It was Castana who made the challenge. Now it's Kiriakov. We're inside the final minute of the match. Play through towards Toma, well cut out by Petric. So Rangers so close now to a place with the likes of Ajax, Real Madrid, Juventus, Porto, Borussia Dortmund. All big names. They've already been seeded. And the draw comes on Friday in Switzerland. But here's that man Todorov. Rangers know all about him in the last minute of games. There will be a bit of stoppage time. There have been a few injuries in the second half. That's McCall playing it through to Jury. He plays in the middle, very much on his own. It's all about keeping possession now. Concentration. McLaren. Durant. Charlie Miller gets into space and calls for it. Stephen Wright runs in support. That's a good ball by Miller. We move into stoppage time now. Haitley comes in, the ball spins high into the air. And that's a free kick to Rangers. Toma, the substitute, holding on to the jersey of Charlie Miller. So another few vital seconds will be wasted, and Rangers sending on a substitute as well. Ali McCoist is out there on the touchline, and Gordon Jury. He's done a lot of running for Rangers tonight. Leaves the field. So Ali McCoist, who come on and scored for Scotland a week ago tonight. certainly can't expect them to do it again, but if Rangers can just hold on to things, they'll be quite happy. Ian Durant is limping as well, and he's heading over towards the touchline. So Neil Murray is preparing to come on, who gained a fair bit of experience during the Champions League season. So that's the substitutions done and dusted.
I think Ali McCoy was dragged back into the dugout there. Gordon Jury stayed on the park. They just had the one substitution.
So a change of mind there by Walter Smith. And a few more seconds wasted. And the flag is up, meanwhile, against Haitley. And there goes the final whistle. So at last, Rangers, after seasons of disappointment, go through to the Champions League. And the Rangers players immediately run over towards their supporters to take a bow. Well, they were in the kind of situation tonight that people will say, OK, it was only Cypriot opposition, but this was a difficult tie. There were Bulgarian players in that lineup. They made it difficult at Ibrox. But Rangers have come through this night in a highly professional manner. Andy Gorham's quite delighted with himself. A final word from Terry Butcher.
Well, Rangers must feel very proud to get through, as they've had a very difficult task. I've seen some part-timers and obviously the Bulgarians in this Cypriot team, but the Famagusta team made it very hard for Rangers. They worked hard, they got into some good positions. Rangers did have the best player on the pitch in the night, I felt, and that was Charlie Miller. Whether it was in his own box or whether it was in the opponent's box, could and should have scored at least 3 goals. But I felt, the spirit of Charlie Miller, it really typified the spirit of Rangers. Well done, Rangers.
The final score here, Anorthosis 0, Rangers 0, Rangers through 1-0 in aggregate.